I love Jurassic Park. I've read all the books, I've watched all the movies, and, most important of all, I've been collecting the games. Yep, Jurassic Park for Super Nintendo. Really cool game. It's not like, I don't know, it's not the best game you've ever played, but it's pretty original and groundbreaking for the time. At first glance, it looked like any other Super Nintendo movie tie-in game, but when you went inside the buildings, it switched to like a first-person Doom perspective, and that was really cool. I mean, it hasn't aged all that well, and it's kind of hard to play now, but for the time, that was like, holy crap. The game turned out to be somewhat of a success. I mean, you're guaranteed some sales from the name alone, and based on that, Ocean went back and made a sequel. Jurassic Park 2, The Chaos Continues. The first thing you'll notice is they stripped away the whole top-down, first-person, hybrid style of gameplay, and went with more of a side-scrolling style. It looks a lot like Contra. It's also just as hard as Contra. Seriously, this is one of the toughest games I've ever played. This game came out before The Lost World, so there wasn't really any sequel material to base it on. Of course, in this situation, the best course of action is to start making shit up. And boy did they ever. From what I can gather, John Hammond has yet to lose faith in Jurassic Park, and still thinks it can work. I mean, it looked like he was pretty disheartened at the end of the first movie. But don't let that fool you. He was just in a, kind of a bad spot at that time, almost being eaten and all. But since he's had time to think about it, he's all like, well, maybe. I mean, it's not like everybody got eaten. There's just a few people, It's okay. We can reopen the park. Of course, the problem is Biosyn. That's the evil corporation that hired Dennis Nedry to steal the embryos. Well, they're still after the park too. So they send in like a bajillion soldiers. Yeah, they're gonna I don't know what they're gonna do really, but they're there. Like, these soldiers are there causing all kinds of havoc and tomfoolery.
Prepare for drop! Go! Go! Go!
John Hammond decides to call upon Dr. Grant. And he wants him to go in there, guns a-blazing, and bring order to the chaos, as, the chaos is continuing. Okay, there's some problems with this story. Why would Grant want to go back to the island? Why would John Hammond hire a paleontologist to stop the Biosyn soldiers? I never really saw Grant as the action hero type, but here he is, man. Ripped and bulging, this guy's all jacked up and ready to kill. Yeah, Grant's a cold-blooded death machine. Don't get in his way or he's gonna f*** you up. Seriously, this is so out of character, I can't even fathom what they were thinking. Couldn't they just invent a new character? Wouldn't that have made more sense? I don't think anyone's particularly attached to Sam Neill's character that they insist on him being in every game. But enough about the story. No one really cares about that. You want to know if the game's actually fun to play. And yeah, it's fun. When you start the game, you can pick any of the main missions. And it's kind of cool. You think, hey, I'll just start at the beginning, right? Well, it doesn't really matter. They're all equally impossible. So you're going around, shooting dinosaurs. No big deal. It's all cool. Then you die. Then you die again. Then you die again. Then you restart the game. See, that's the big crippling flaw with this game. I'm all for a challenge. I mean, nothing wrong with dying and, really mastering each level. But you don't really get an opportunity to do that. Because by the time you beat one, you die a bunch of times, and it doesn't matter anymore. Aside from dinosaurs, you're also shooting humans. Yeah, like I said, Grant is evil. Like, this guy is merciless. Look at this, he's just gunning down hordes and hordes of people. I can't even believe what I'm seeing. Another thing to worry about is the stock meter, which is the Jurassic Park logo at the top of the screen. Basically, one of Grant's objectives is to keep the dinosaurs alive. I guess, they're valuable specimens or something. Anyway, you have a choice between lethal and non-lethal weapons. These are selected using the shoulder buttons. If you kill a dinosaur with a lethal weapon, your stock meter goes down. If it reaches 0, you lose. The only exception is that you can kill velociraptors as much as you'd like, because I guess no one cares about them. Anyway, this system's kind of novel, and it makes for some interesting gameplay situations. The only problem is that it's ass backwards. Seriously, think about the logic here. You can't kill these dangerous, bloodthirsty beasts, but the people? Go ahead, man, waste them all. Who the hell cares? The levels are really varied. You got jungles and cliffs and facilities and hell. Yeah, this place is hell. Hell on Earth with dinosaurs and bats and triceratops and, oh man, volcanoes. This is not a place you should be. There's another thing I want to mention, but I gotta be really careful how I word it. You got, like, white guys and black guys running around, right? Well, like, you're shooting through the white guys, you know, they're going down pretty easy. And that black guy shows up and, yeah, he's gonna take 2 bullets. White guys 1, black guys 2. I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, I guess it's an easy enough way to tell. It's like, this is a tougher enemy, this is an easier enemy. But, you know, do I really have to state the obvious that it's completely racist? But I'm just talking about the generic kind of drones that run back and forth like idiots. The guys with, like, the bigger guns, you know, like the bazooka guys, they are white and take multiple hits. And the guys with the flamethrowers are all covered up, so you can't really tell, you know, what race they are. But considering how many hits they take, they gotta be Asians. Let's talk about the music. It's cool. It's really atmospheric. And the graphics are good too. They're really crisp and detailed. Technically speaking, this is a super impressive game. The controls are slick as hell. And the level design is, well, it's alright. So yeah, I want to recommend this game. It's a lot of fun and well made, but 99.99999% of gamers will never beat it. And if you have, I'd love to hear from you. Send me a message. Send me a vial of your sweat so I can drink it and absorb some of your gaming greatness. Because clearly you are a god among men and deserve all the praise you can get. Anyway, after seeing how crazy this game is, I'm kind of curious to look at the sequel to the Sega Genesis version. You know, Jurassic Park Rampage Edition? People are dying!